Hello, good evening, everyone. It is Monday night, 6 p.m. Eastern, and this is Small Biz Highlights. Good evening, everyone. My name is Tiffany Roman. I'm your host. Thank you so much for joining this evening. A couple announcements before we get started, as always. First off, we are live with StreamYard. Thank you, StreamYard, for making this process super easy, by the way. But, there is an opportunity that if you are to comment on the video while we're live, I can absolutely get your comment on the screen. However, we just got to make sure Facebook and, StreamYard are talking to each other so that your picture and your name shows up too. We want to know who you are. We don't just want to know what you want to say. So I am putting into the comments the link right now for you to click. It's really easy. Facebook or StreamYard.com/Facebook. Once you click that, it'll be instantaneous. You'll be taken care of and you can comment away. All right. So as always, I always put out good vibes to everyone. 2021, this is your year. No matter what your dreams are, your aspirations are, your goals are, no matter what you plan to achieve for this year, however small, however big, I am putting it out there that this is the year that you will achieve it. I want nothing but good vibes this year, especially after the year we had last year. Nothing but good vibes for everyone. So please pass that along to all of your friends and family and tell them that this is their year too. Okay, so our next virtual networking event is going to be Thursday, June 24th from 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm really excited. I had my first one last month and had some really great feedback from my guests that joined in. So I'm really looking forward to this next event. Please, it is free to join if you just want to join in and see what it's all about. There are ticket upgrades in case you want to be more involved with the process, even sponsor the event. So please take some time, check out the link. I will make sure it's in the comments as well for you to check out just in case, just in case. Tonight, I am going to be introducing you to someone that I just recently met. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know her that well, and I'm really excited because I can't wait to hear more about her business. But we met through mutual friends at a networking event. Go figure, people. Networking event, meeting people. Come on. How does that work exactly? No, but she is a local business owner, family-owned business, veteran-owned business. Come on now. It's a winner, people. You want to be all about this, especially because it's all about food. Who doesn't like food? Pretty sure nobody can say they don't like food. So let me bring her on, as long as this is going to work for me here. There we go. Hello, Amy. How are you?
I'm good, Tiffany. How are you?
I'm so excited to have you here. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome.
This is exciting to get to see you after we met couple months ago at a networking event. Yeah, so it's really exciting to see you and your show. I love it. I think it's good stuff.
Thank you. I really appreciate the support. Honestly, yes, we met at a networking event, which Task Christy, I'm gonna put her out there. I don't care. Task Christy. I'll put the link in the comments. She just started putting her stuff on Eventbrite so that it's easier to find and sign up for. But if you are in the Central PA area and are looking for a way to just hang out with people, casual, like there is nothing formal about it. Or am I right, Amy? We all just hang around.
Yeah, and if you remember,
just get time to get to know each other. It was great.
Yeah, and if you remember, the tree had fallen in the parking lot. If you remember, so people were out there trying to move a tree around, so it's very casual.
Yes. Oh, that was crazy. A tree fell down. That's what. We had to park somewhere else, and then we all just congregated inside the building. But no, it's a great time. Like I said, if you're a small business owner and you want to, get yourself out there after we've been cooped up in our houses for so long, Christy and her Task Christy events are the way to go. Trust me. Mm-hmm. invited myself to one of them, didn't know anybody, and now I pretty much know everybody in the group, including Amy. So Amy, I always start my episode out with a simple question. Sometimes it trips people up, sometimes people love it. So we'll see how it goes for you. But
Okay.
Who are you? Help the guests and the viewers get to know who you are as a person before we get into all the business stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So goodness, a little bit about myself. I can see why that trips people up. I don't think most of us are good rattling off who we are. I'm actually from a small town in Minnesota. And at the age of 19, after going to college for about a year, I took a leap and joined the Air Force. None of my family had ever been in the military. So it was quite shocking to my small town and my family that I was actually going to go into the United States Air Force. And I did. I decided to do that, jump in, see what it was all about. I was promised by the recruiter that I was going to get 30 days paid vacation, college paid for, and travel the world. And I was like, what? Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I do this? So off I go. And a couple days into basic training, I was like, what have I done? I got my first phone call home and begged my dad to come and get me. And he's like, I can't get you. You're in the military. So fast forward, 23 years of service, and I retired. Awesome, most amazing thing I could have ever done with my life. I met my husband while I was serving in the Air Force. He was also in the Air Force, and he's from Central Pennsylvania, which is where we actually reside now in Mechanicsburg. We've been here and are raising our two daughters. So I'm a mom of a 16-year-old who is driving. Watch out on the roads. She's out there.
Oh boy.
And a 14-year-old daughter. They both go to Cumberland Valley. And so that's keeping us very busy. One plays golf, one plays field hockey. And as a family, we love to travel and see new things, be outdoors. And if there's any adventure, we're ready for it.
Wow. Busy does not even begin to describe. Now, I will try my hardest. I can't promise anything, but I'm going to try my hardest not to crack any Air Force jokes while we're here today.
Okay. That's okay.
I'm going to try.
Okay.
But it's a love-hate related. For anybody who knows, I was laughing when she said the recruiter promised her a month vacation. Because one, obviously that's not true. If anything, the month-long vacation traveling somewhere is actually to go do your annual training with the unit, where whatever job you're doing, you actually pretend you're like deployed or whatever. But because it's the Air Force, I can imagine what that could entail. Probably at a beach somewhere or some resort with some maids cleaning your rooms every day. Meanwhile, my AT a couple months ago was me hanging out in the woods, camping out with a bunch of guys out of nowhere. So
yeah. Now there's your first Air Force joke. Yep, heard it.
Oh gosh. And besides, today is the Army's birthday. So I feel like Big Brother has its little... Today we can get away with it a little bit more.
Yeah. I agree.
Flag Day, of course.
It is Flag Day. Great day.
It is Flag Day, but it is the Army's birthday. Today, along with the flag, the Army was established for the very first day. So a million years ago, it feels like. I think it's 274 now.
It's crazy. So hopefully, Tiffany, you're not too upset that I have all my uniforms behind me in the Air Force.
I think that's really cool. I want to do that too now, because I've worn all the uniforms since BDUs, and I feel like I need to do that. That's a really cool idea.
One of my closest, dearest friends who I served in the military with, when I retired, she took all of my uniforms and had it made into a quilt. It's the coolest thing.
That is so cool. I'm telling you, I'm gonna copy that. I'm not gonna lie. That looks really cool.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh my goodness. But yes. So by the way, I double checked. Happy birthday, U.S. Army, 246 years old. That's is awesome. Crazy. So we got to get to know you a little bit on the personal side. So now let's talk business a little bit. So I love the name of your business because it makes me chuckle a little bit. I think it's cute. But your website makes me chuckle because it says we have brats, and I love that because it looks like it says we have brats for people who don't realize what your business is about, and I love it.
Yeah. And so, it's super straightforward.
Oh gosh, yes. It's super straightforward, super easy to follow. I totally agree with that. So why don't we start out by just telling everybody exactly what your business is and what you guys do?
Okay. All right. So the business that we own is called B&C Wurst, and we handcraft wholesome ingredients into great bratwurst. So all of our bratwursts are made locally. It's actually a family recipe. As I mentioned earlier, I'm from Minnesota, and my parents owned grocery stores and mom and pop small grocery stores. About 30 years ago, my dad started to make his own bratwurst, and people from all over Minnesota loved it, but my dad was all about community and he never wanted to grow the business too big. So when I was getting ready to retire, I had seen a lot of areas throughout the world and just even here within our own central Pennsylvania, people who really have food insecurity. The food scarcity rate across the nation has really been impacted by COVID, but back when I wanted to do this, it really has a big impact on people. So I asked my dad if he wouldn't mind if I started making the bratwurst here, and we would be able to take a portion of our proceeds and give back to organizations that are helping minimize food scarcity. So that is the premise of our business. So my husband and my girls and I have set out to feed humanity. A lot of people like to say feed humanity one bratwurst at a time, and however it's done, that's great. And so we just want to nourish lives and inspire hope through our business. So we again handcraft by taking different ingredients. We don't use any preservatives or fillers, anything funky. Like I like to say, it's all natural ingredients. Currently, we are doing 4 flavors as we're getting started. We have our original bratwurst. We do a wild rice bratwurst, which wild rice is authentic to Minnesota. It's actually because of all the lakes. Wow. Minnesota is known as the land of 10,000 lakes, and it grows naturally around all those. Also, there's a large Native American population there, and that's a staple for that area. So we brought a little bit of Minnesota into Pennsylvania with that one. We also do a cheddar bratwurst, and then we do a beer brat. In our beer brat, we partnered with a local brewery that's also veteran owned in Duncannon, and so we use their beer in our bratwurst. And another little circle for how large but yet small the military community is when you bring veterans together is Lindgren Brewery. The beer that we use, they use their gems from a local they use the hop farm from Gem Farms. I'm sorry, they use the hops from Gem Farms, which is also a veteran-owned organization. So we take all of that.
That's awesome.
Together, we've put together a really good beer brat. So
they sound delicious.
Thank you. And again, the best part is there's nothing funky in them.
And I saw on your website while I was perusing and doing homework before here that you mentioned that you can even create different flavors or whatnot pertaining to somebody's palate or maybe their heritage or something. Just whatever they want to come up with, you can kind of work with them on that. Is that right?
Yeah. So
that's so much fun.
Yeah, it is fun. I am excited to say that my dad, he was just very creative. He came up with 27 flavors of his own. There are a few that my husband and I were like, no, we won't ever make those. But so there's already a variety set. And then we've had some customers come to us with some other ideas that my dad doesn't have. So that's going to be fun to see what we can come up with.
Oh, that is so cool. Oh, I want to get creative with you one day because I'm Puerto Rican. And I think it would be a lot of fun to try and incorporate all the flavors that my grandma uses in her food into a bratwurst and surprise her with it. I think that would be fun.
That would be fun. Let's do it.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So it says on your website you've been around since 1988. doing these flavors and whatnot. That's crazy. That's a long time. And you're locally here in Central PA with, I know you mentioned it briefly and kind of stopped yourself because I know you probably thought I was going to address it later, but COVID had an effect on all kinds of businesses, whether it was positive, negative, a little bit of both, what have you. How did the shutdowns and everything affect your business here in Central PA?
Yeah, so COVID, so I actually started the business locally in 2018. And then in the start of 2019, my dad unfortunately passed away unexpectedly. So I took probably about 6 months and I kind of walked away from it and said, I don't want to do this. My dad's not around, because there was nothing better than that phone call to be like, Dad, guess what? This happened today. This is exciting, and share all of that. So he, after he passed, then it took me about, like I said, about 6 months. And I thought, no, you know what? I want to keep his legacy going. And so I picked back up. And so I really started to get into it at the beginning of 2020.
Oh, that's so great.
And of course, right when I'm out there talking to people and getting ready to go do samples at local establishments, COVID came along. And so that stopped me from getting to meet with any additional potential customers, any establishments. One of the areas that I was hoping to go into was doing farmers markets to be able to do samples, beer festivals, all of the different fun events that are out there. Well, all of that was stopped because even at farmers markets, we weren't able to give samples. And when you can sample the product, you really get the goodness and the full flavors, and it makes such a big difference. So we kind of just made a shift, so to speak, of really putting our focus on getting the website going, which we weren't doing before that. So as much as there was a lot of, negative aspects to it, I felt very, very sad for the local establishments who were just having to shut down and not be able to stay open during that time. We had to come up with something creative. And so we did take that time to work on getting our website launched. And that was helpful. So we actually then also began to figure out how to ship a product around the country. And so from there, we worked very closely with FedEx. They had a good small business program, and we were able to figure out how to send Bratwurst all the way to California. So we've sent them California, Arizona, Colorado, Massachusetts, Florida. We've sent them all around the country, which is very exciting, very exciting.
That has to be exciting. I didn't even realize that it could. I know there has to be some rules involved with shipping food across state lines and stuff. So it's probably complicated to get started. But once you've got it, then it's probably a lot easier. And that's great that, despite everything, your website was pretty much how you were able to keep the business alive, per se, or just in the know kind of a deal. Because now that everybody's allowed to just do what they want, and 4th of July is coming up, and it's a big cookout weekend for everybody. If you didn't know, I'm sure everybody watching knows. If you don't know, now you know. No, but what would be better than being at a cookout with fresh, locally made bratwurst?
Right.
Like,
for a good cause too.
And then you can eat. Then you can throw everybody off, and they're thinking it's just going to be simple bratwurst, and you got the cheddar ones. I'm sure with the way that you said you can experiment with flavors and stuff, you could really spice things up and just make it totally different and your own. I think that would be fun. I would have way too much fun putting spices together. I would be like let's put in a random spicy one and see if people find it.
I know. That would be fun.
So thank you for your service. I meant to say that earlier, despite all the joking, all jokes aside, everybody who takes the oath, no matter what pretenses they take it under. It's still a choice that you made. And obviously you stayed in longer than just your first contract. So you had to make that choice over and over again to reenlist. And that is huge. Not very many of us are doing that nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are staying in maybe 1-2 contracts and are over with it. So us lifers, you know, we should be very proud of the length we've gone in the military for sure.
Yeah.
It's no
thank
easy
you, and thank
feat.
you to you for your service.
Oh, thank you. I can't believe I've been in 17 years already. But now that I'm here, I guess we'll see. It's either going to be the Army will kick me out or it'll be time for me to get out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
We'll see which one happens first. We'll
Right.
see which one happens first. But now that I'm here, I'm definitely in it for the long run and seeing where it takes me from here. Just like you know, I'm very grateful for my service and what the opportunities it's brought me, the friends it's brought me.
Goodness,
you know, and I always tell everybody that it's the best decision I ever made and the best time of my life that I would probably only do once. I never want to go to basic training again. And I never want to relive this again. But now that I've gone through it, I'm good. I can look back and be like, yeah, this was some of the best times in my life. I'm good. I'm happy. Don't make me do it again, though. Don't make me do it again.
And I think we're so much stronger for it.
Yes.
I know.
Oh, absolutely.
The things I've done, the things I've encountered, the places I've been, I would have, this small Minnesota girl would have never dreamed of doing all that. So yeah, it's amazing.
And it's crazy how our service in the military, no matter what job you hold, it translates into your businesses, right? Absolutely. And it helps you. It helps you become that much stronger, that much more professional. It helps you have a different level of customer service than other businesses have. Because, you know, we've been taught on such a different level than other people have been as far as customer service goes. Because, you know, everybody has their own job. Everybody's job is different in the military, but ultimately we're always customer service because we have a higher command to answer to. And bottom line is we're trying to please them. So that's customer service, ladies and gentlemen. At least that's how I see it.
Absolutely.
So, you know, it's crazy, but it's also so beneficial. And, you know, that's why I love that I have small business owner, local one, but not only that, but a veteran on here showing that, you know, we can do it. There's nothing stopping us from doing a business and making our dreams come true outside of the military. There's so much more to it. You know, I get so nervous with service members that will get hurt or are still young and don't even contemplate what they'll be doing outside of the military because they just started. Why should they?
Yeah.
But I'm really excited about episodes like this that could ultimately encourage them and educate them that, you know, even if they're still in, there could absolutely be something they could be doing on the side so that they're set to go when they get out. You know what I mean?
Well, and I agree with you what you said about just, you know, the facets that the military teaches us and how much we bring to a business. Because when it seems like you want to give up, just like in the military, we can't. We have to figure out the solution. We have to continue to drive forward. And so that's the same, those same skills and the stuff that we've learned in the military is used in this business that I'm doing. And so it's pretty amazing just having this conversation as we're talking about this to realize all that the military taught me to be able to continue to still be here today, even after COVID, going through those challenging times. Okay, this isn't what we can do right now, but what can we do? So it's like you said, anybody watching, if they're in the military, thinking about the military, it's a great decision. We're not here to recruit, right, Tiffany? But we don't have anything to say.
Look, if anything, we're just trying to encourage you. Yeah. If you have a dream, if you are in the military and think I want to be able to do this small business, but I'll wait till I get out, don't wait till you get out. Do it now. Do the research now. Talk to other small business owners. Because let me tell you, small business owners, we're our own little clan. We love helping each other. So if you have a question, if you want to start your own Bratwurst company like Amy, maybe you have some really awesome recipes. I 100% guarantee that if you have questions about how to start the process of the business and whatnot, Amy and her family would have no problem giving you as much advice as they can, depending what state you're in, all those rules and regulations and whatnot. But that's all it's about, helping one another. Because, even though you may be trying to start a similar business, we never think of each other as competition. We're just wanting to help build each other up. And I mean, if that doesn't sound military for all my military members, then I don't know what else does. Because that's all we do in the military. We're always trying to build each other up, trying to help each other get promoted, go to that next step in their career. So why not translate that into our civilian lives with small businesses? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, completely. And you're right. The small businesses, the mixers, I know we've talked about those at the beginning, but it's amazing just how open arms that environment is. Yes. Because like you said, small businesses, we're just trying to get forward, trying to do the best we can, trying to give good customer service, good products. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Good stuff.
And if you do have questions, if your wheels are turning in your head about certain recipes you want to try out, some flavors you want to see that if they could work, Amy's information has been scrolling at the bottom of the screen all day. All episode long, I should say. Forgive me. But her information is in the description of the video up top, or wherever you're viewing us from, wherever it shows up. And then it's also going to be copy and pasted into the comments as well. So please click away, find her, reach out to her. Father's Day is coming up here shortly, probably way too short, but come on now, last minute Father's Day gift, bratwurst. I know this is probably somebody out there is gonna accuse me of something, but what kind of awesome gift would it be to just give a big box of meat to a man? Come on. It'll give them the greatest excuse to go out and grill, and that the majority of them do love to grill, whether it be inside or outside, what have you. They would, and then you could even make it fun, like she said, and try to see about making your own and just curtail it to his tastes and likes. Come on now. I just threw that out there, but definitely think about it. Check out the website, see what she's got to offer. Amy, thank you so much again for being here. I know you guys are really busy with life in general, plus the business. So, I really do appreciate your time and you being here.
Thank you, Tiffany. This was awesome. And it was so good to see you again.
I'm so glad. So quick reminder to like, follow, subscribe, all of the above, no matter where you're searching for us. Small Biz Highlight is going to get you to find us. So YouTube is where you can find us, Instagram, Facebook, even on Twitter and all kinds of other places. So people find me, like me, share me, because when you share the stories, when you share the posts, you are supporting these small businesses. And in supporting these small businesses, you are helping them get in front of people and potentially helping grow their business. It's huge. Word of mouth is huge. And honestly, by just hitting like, share, commenting below the video, you're doing your part, honestly. And we are forever grateful to you. So as always, I will leave you with your friendly reminder to put your community first. We do that by supporting local and shopping small. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night.